Om Shri Sai Ram. Respected elders, brothers, and sisters, I offer my pranams to our Bhagwan Baba. When I was given this opportunity to talk about the influence that Swami and SSE or Balvikas had on my life, I was very excited and also very nervous to share my experience. Who was I to talk to anyone about this? But I realized that if we are simply instruments working through him, sharing my thoughts would not only be a good offering to Swami, but doing this would have the potential to positively influence others. Now, before I dive into some of my reflections, I want to take time to explain the path that was laid out for me to actually put these thoughts together. The journey is really important here. So for me, the most stressful part about speaking about Swami is that I want to make sure the message that others hear is consistent with Swami's teachings. And so I did what I was taught. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Anytime I have been asked to speak about anything at all to others, I have a very specific process. As many of you may have, I have a giant collection of Swami pictures with a calendar on the other side. So, to start my process, I looked for the closest one, and it was sitting on the mantle in my room. And I looked at the quote at the bottom, because every single time that quote has led me to some moments of reflection and has helped guide me to figure out what to even say. So I go to this pocket calendar and I look at the quote under Swami's picture, the one that you can see in my background. And it says, religion is 3/4 character. So I was excited for a lot of reasons. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt. There are clues, and it had math, which is one of my favorite things. But I knew I needed to keep going. So I had a mixed fraction, and I had to take it somewhere. Now, Swami has often talked about the importance of character in all things in life, particularly surrounding education. And so for me, that meant that the next step was to find some discourses so that I can help understand what I need to share. Luckily, Swami made this really easy for me, because a week after I was asked to make this recording, my father shared the new Sri Sathya Sai Sahitya website. And this is a repository of Swami's discourses and writings, and it's got a great search engine. So it made it very easy to start typing things. So I typed in character, what is character, and a bunch of things popped up. And I would say it's not that difficult to recognize if somebody has character. I think we can all see that in others, but it can be very hard to define the word itself. So how does Swami define it? Swami gave a discourse at the World Youth Conference on July 19th in 1997 called Cultivate Character, Lead an Ideal Life. There are so many themes, service, and conducting yourself in a way that embodies love. But what really resonated with me was the idea that the hallmark of character is control of one's senses. Now, while in SSE, there are a lot of transitions at that young age, and one of the biggest ones is going to school. You're in a very special environment where you get to learn and grow, but your family is no longer physically with you. So they can't be there to help you in times of distress. So you try and use what you learn at home, and you apply it to the best of your ability. You have no idea what to expect from the others around you. And you try your best to get through the day. And then as you get older and transition, the pressure to do things increases from your peers. And so this task, being independent at school, was very, very tough. And so I reflected on how SSE helped me growing up. And I think it really helped me cultivate my character. Learning about Swami's teachings helped me better understand the kind of person I was and the type of person I wanted to be. Growing up is full of so many moments where the decisions you can make can be affected by your confidence in yourself. And I'm not suggesting you have an ego about it, but SSE allowed me to foster this sense of self-assurance that I could reflect and really think about how my actions affected others. And so I always had Swami to lean on. I was never alone. This has helped me so many times to avoid doing something I would have otherwise regretted, harmful to me or harmful to others. The impulse could have been there, but really using this helped me avoid that. The Swami says, you cannot always oblige, but you can always speak obligingly. I want to be clear. Leaning into Swami's teachings was not easy as a child, and it still isn't. And I wasn't successful a lot of the time, and I'm still not. I'm still growing and learning and trying my best. But working towards a goal takes time and dedication, and going to SSE was such a great reminder of the importance of working towards building character. I called Balavika Sunday school to friends, not knowing what else to call it, really. I never really considered it a school. I had so much fun with my community, sharing love, but in retrospect, it was school. Swami says the word education, especially as it is used today, is related to bookish knowledge. It is derived from the root word educare. So what is educare? It is that type of learning that brings out the purity latent in the heart, confers bliss, and allows one to spread joy and happiness among others. The idea that I, as an individual, with Swami's help of course, have the ability to spread joy and happiness to others is so empowering. It gives me confidence. Many of you are probably hoping to go into or are already in the healthcare field, as this is seen as a very concrete way to help others. And while that may be true, it is not really necessary to do that, to be happy, and to achieve the goals of educare. There are opportunities to spread love everywhere, every single day. Standing up for someone, wishing someone a nice day when they look like they're down, sitting in silence with a friend. And I would say the most fulfilling opportunities come when you can help when no one is watching. I learned so much from SSE, but its greatest value was that it was my weekly reminder that all of us can be an embodiment of his love. Jai Sai Ram.